everybody, welcome back to Cooking Rules with Jules. That's me. My name is Julia Pontanis and I'm here to help make your kitchen not only healthy but easy. So today we are on recipe of the week and I'll be making a turmeric sesame chicken. So this is kind of like a stir fry, it has some Asian themes to it, but it is really incredibly simple and easy. All I have here, already pre-sliced up I'm using chicken thighs. You can use breast. I just prefer dark meat for this. So I've got little 1-inch strips of chicken thigh meat. So this is about 6 ounces. So it's a little bit more than one portion, but I want a little bit of leftovers. Of course, I'll be using sesame seeds, some turmeric, cayenne pepper. Now, both of these spices are by far my most heavily used. I put these two in my eggs every day, but turmeric has great anti-inflammatory properties. I'm sure you've heard of curcumin as a supplement, and it comes from this little guy right here. And then of course, I always add a little bit of heat to my dishes. I like a little bit of some spice. I also have sesame oil, which I'm not going to need a lot because that dark meat has a lot of fat in it already, so I'm only going to use it to coat the chicken and the bottom of the pan because it will get hot and burn, and the last thing we need is a smoking kitchen. I also have a stalk of green onion and then some cilantro and an avocado for garnish. So of course this is just the protein part of this meal. This can be served on top of rice noodles, can be served on top of rice, can be served on top of cauliflower rice. Whatever you choose, it's delicious regardless. So I prefer over rice noodles, but today I'm just going to do the protein portion. So I went ahead and already chopped up all of my chicken, like I said beforehand. So this is how it's gonna go really easy. Oh wow, I forgot garlic. Why do I always forget something? Hold that thought. And I'm back with garlic. So I'm gonna use about 1/4 of this clove because it's pretty big. So I'm gonna get started by chopping up my garlic. I'm just gonna take off the ends here and give it a little smash. The other really nice thing about this dish is that because it's quick and full of flavor, you won't be spending too much time in the kitchen when it's hot like it is right now. Okay, so for this dish, I'm just gonna do really thin, small slices. So I'm gonna go lengthwise across my garlic, and that should be about enough for this dish, and set the rest aside. For my green onion here, I'm gonna take off the ends, get rid of all the grossness. By grossness, I mean the dead, dry stuff. And I'm gonna give this a little choppy too. So nice and small ringlets. So the whiter part of this green onion, I'm going to actually throw in with my chicken. So I'm gonna push that to the side with my garlic. And then the top half, once I get to the more leafy part, I'm gonna use that more as garnish. So like this is a prime example. This is just gonna be garnish. So the more meatier part goes right into the dish. The leafier part we're gonna do as garnish. And again, I'm just doing that easy roll technique. So I'm keeping the top of the blade down and just rolling with my back of my knife here. Keep it nice and quick. Okay, so those little guys here, these little guys here. And now for the cilantro, same thing. I'm just gonna pick it off its stem. Nothing fancy here. And actually, I'm not even gonna chop it. I'm gonna keep that whole leaf as garnish. Some people like cilantro, some people don't. People who are allergic to it think it tastes like soap. And actually, up until recently, that was me. And then somewhere along the lines in my body chemistry, this no longer tastes like soap to me. It tastes delicious. So here we go. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of this, shall we? So in my bowl, I've got my chicken. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to add first a little bit of sesame oil. So I'm gonna do a little drizzle. And I always do my left hand. I feel like I have better control. I would say that's probably a 1/2 of a tablespoon. I'm gonna give it a little stir. And now I'm going to take my turmeric and I'm gonna give it a good coat. So probably a tablespoon and a half. Caution, this will stain everything. Your nails, your skin, your countertop. So be very careful when you're using turmeric because otherwise it will be a lovely yellow color. Magic eraser will take most things, stains out of your countertop, but your skin might be a little yellow for a while. So I'm just gonna mix that up and give my chicken a good coat. So here we go, looking fantastic. Of course, going with my second spice of the day, a little bit of cayenne pepper. I'm gonna give that a little bit of a whirl. And then of course I am going to season with salt. I'm not gonna use any soy sauce in this recipe. I don't particularly care for that flavor. I like more of the garlic and the green onion taste. I don't want soy. And even if I was doing soy, it would be coconut aminos because I'm allergic to soy, so not good. Here we go. Now that I've had that little tangent, I'm gonna continue to stir. And we're gonna add that garlic in as the chicken is cooking because we don't want it to get overcooked. I'm gonna get my pan over on medium heat, and while this is heating up, I'm going to put away some of my spices and then be right back with you and we'll continue on. Spices, put away, pan heated up. So here we go, let's keep rolling with it. I'm gonna take a little bit of my sesame oil, and I mean just a smidgen, just enough to pour over and get a little bit of a coat on the bottom of my pan. And I'm gonna start to cook this right away because it will burn. So I'm gonna lay these strips out evenly in my pan. I did not do a good cutting job. Get that nice little sizzle. And I'm gonna let these cook about 3 to 4 minutes per side. Now remember, we already coated the chicken in a little bit of the sesame oil as well. And the flavor on this, like already it's hit the pan, it just smells amazing. You get a little bit of heat, a little bit of floral flower, so really good turmeric, kind of smells flowery. Turmeric is used in curry, that's what gives curry that yellow color, but it doesn't taste like curry. It has a very, it's kind of like in the lines of like a saffron. It's very floral and delicious. I'm gonna put my bowl to the side. While I'm waiting for the chicken to cook, I'm gonna go ahead and slice up my avocado. So this is a Hass avocado. These are the higher fat ones, very delicious. This little guy happens to be really ripe. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to get my knife right in the middle of my avocado at the end there, and I'm just gonna roll it around and slice it lengthwise, twist it apart, and now I have perfect avocado. I'm gonna go ahead and use the side without the pit, but to remove this pit, all you would do is put your knife in the bottom of it there. Oops, let's try that again. And then twist it out, and then voila, there you go. But if you keep the pit and the other half of the unused avocado, it won't go bad as fast. So now that I have my avocado, I'm gonna take the tip of my knife and I'm gonna go into nice little horizontal, so I flipped it on its side now. Little slices, just like that. I'm only gonna do about half because I only have about, like I said, 6 ounces of chicken. You'll need 4 ounces per person, so if that's a family of 4, 16 ounces, that's 2 pounds of chicken. I also went ahead and sliced up a lime because I'm gonna finish off this chicken with some lime juice. It's gonna be really delicious. So I'm gonna go ahead and start to flip my chicken over. Hopefully it's not sticking to the bottom of the pan. And it is. So what that means is it needs a little bit more time before I flip it. If you're really struggling to get the protein off the bottom of the pan, it means that it's not had enough time to sear the bottom there. and then be malleable enough to flip over. But once I flip the chicken, I'm gonna go ahead and add in my garlic and that meaty part of my green onion, and then give it another stir. And then again, same thing, just like the sesame oil, my sesame seeds will burn. So I'm gonna use this at the very last minute as well. Let's see if this is any better. Oh yes, much better. See, look at that. Now when I flip it, I get this nice brown color on the bottom, and I don't have to argue with this pan to let go. Just give it a nice little twist. Oh, this is so much better. See, all it takes is a little patience. I'm gonna give this guy a flip. We're just so used to instant, right? And cooking is not always instant, although we would want it to be. It's just not. So if I wanted to, I could even give this pan a cover and let it steam up a little bit, and that's going to create a little bit more of a juice here, so I have a little bit more of like a sauce to put on my noodles or whatever. So here we go, garlic and onion. Put those guys in there. And actually, I'm going to add some lime juice now. I'm not afraid to get in there with that lime juice. Wow, that smells amazing. Get my hands nice and wipe on my kitchen towel. And continue to let this cook about another 3 minutes. Like I said, you could even do this as a stir fry. Could be in a wok if you wanted to, but I'm gonna just keep mine in my pan and continue to cook. And then I'll be back, finish it off and plate it up for you. All right, so my chicken is done cooking. I'm gonna go ahead and take my sesame seeds and give them a good coat. I'm also turning off the heat, by the way. Give them a nice little toss. Gonna add the rest of my green onion and stir it up. Now on the bottom of my pan has all the tasty goodness. It's called the fond. So if you had a little bit of chicken stock or beef stock, you hit the bottom of this pan, you're gonna release all that up and get all that delicious juiciness. Not a lot, just a splash. And since I don't have any chicken stock, I'm gonna go ahead and hit this with a little bit of water and then get a little bit more sauce at the end. Give me a minute. Got the water. Okay, so gonna go ahead and take out my chicken and plate it up in my bowl. And I got all kinds of delicious goodness on the bottom of this pan. Oh, wow. So as you can see, it's nice and crusty. And all I'm gonna do is take this water, gives you that lovely little sizzle. That deliciousness is gonna start to release from the bottom of my pan. I'm just gonna kind of stir it. The heat is still off, by the way. My pans hold the heat retention really, really well. So, ooh, yum, there we go. So now, just imagine what that flavor would be like if I was actually using chicken stock or beef stock or vegetable stock, whatever. Whatever you have on hand. Hopefully I'm not making funny faces. Okay, here we go. Boom. And just like that, now I have a delicious sauce. So I'm gonna go ahead and not break everything and pour this right on top of my chicken with all that deliciousness on top. Set this, well, aside. going to sprinkle my cilantro. Give it one more little squirt of lime. I also neglected to get a spoon to scoop out my avocado. Hold on. It's always got to be like that. Okay, so I'm going to take my spoon and I'm going to go to right where my avocado cuttings end. I'm just going to scoop it out. And look at that, lucky me, I have a little perfect avocado ring here, and I'm just going to fan this guy out and then top it with my lime. And literally, you guys, that's it. So here you go, your finished product. Voila! And I drip juice everywhere. That's what I get for notifications on my phone. Okay, so thank you for joining me again for another recipe of the week. Again, my name is Julia Pontanis with Cooking Rules with Jules. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like it, I need to know why. So please, please, please send me your comments. I'd be happy to help you out. Also, comment, let me know what you think of this recipe. If you want to add something different or if you have a good idea, I always want to know. So looking forward to seeing you again soon.